everyone, welcome back to Astrology Junction channel. Today I'm going to talk about Mercury retrograde and combustion. This is going to happen on 8th of July 2019 to 1st of August 2019. Mercury is going to get retrograde, and this is for 25 days, and in this span only Mercury is also going to get combust around 11th of July 2019 to 31st July 2019, 20 days approximately. In a year, generally, Mercury gets retrograde Mercury get combust for 3 to 4 times in a year, because the Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun. Whenever any planet gets close proximity to Sun, it gets combust. What does combustion mean actually? Combustion means actually burning, right? Combustion also means burnt out actually. So we know how sun is big. What's the volume of sun? So the kind of light sun is protruding outside. When a sun which is a very big in volume, and a small Mercury come closer to sun, obviously the light of sun is bigger than Mercury. So Mercury is going to lose its own light in presence of sun, right? So that is the problem. When any planet comes closer to the sun, they lose their light. And when they lose their light, it means they are combust. So what does that mean in this astrology then? It means they are not able to provide their own signification outside. And because sun is there, in presence of sun, they are not able to do that. Just assume sun is a prime minister and Mercury is a chief minister. So when on the dais, when prime minister is there and CM is there, whom you gonna listen? Obviously prime minister. But it doesn't mean that there is no significance or there is no importance of CM here, right? For that particular state affairs, you need the signature of CM only, even if the prime minister is there, right? Because he is responsible for that significations, right? For that state affairs. It's exactly like that when we talk about the planets also. So this is the combustion effect. And also in astrological text, it is written, whenever the planet gets combust, that's planetary fruits sun is responsible to give in its own dasha, right? Now, Mercury, which is in Cancer sign, conjunct with Mars, which is its debilitation sign. This is a kind of very special conjunction because they both are carrying the eclipse energy. Mercury especially, because Mercury sign Gemini, where the eclipse was happened on 2nd of July 2019. So the axis was Gemini and Sagittarius. So Mercury has that eclipsed energy also, right? Now, what we need to understand is what happens when Mercury gets retrogrades. See, retrogradation phenomena is very important to understand here. Why? Because astronomically, no planet gets retrograde actually. They have their motion and they're going in their motion only. But on Earth, we feel or we get the perception that that planet, when it is coming closer to us, it is in retrograde motion, right? It appears like that. It doesn't mean that they are going in the retrograde motion, right? Now, when any planet is retrograde in the chart or in the transit, they have something odd about themselves, something strange things about themselves, something strange element about themselves. They are little bit confused. Virtual reality, we can say, they are in their virtual reality. They are not in their original reality. So whenever any planet in your chart, if they have virtual, if they are retrograde, their significations have something odd about it. You will realize that they have something, some significations or some of any aspect of the life is odd. For example, they don't want to get married. If Venus is retrograde, they don't want to get married. There is one person who doesn't have a single girlfriend in his whole life, but a planet Venus who is retrograde, it can have a lot of girlfriend, but no marital happiness or no marital bliss. So that is the difference, right? That is the strange thing here, which is going on with the retrogradation planet. If Mercury is retrograde, so Mercury retrograde is a very sharp-minded person, but not in the common sense. A common person will not presume it as a sharp or intelligent person, because they are not able to uh, manifest it outside, because they don't even know what is happening with them, or what kind of intelligence they have, and how to use that intelligence, how to project it outside. Many scientists, people have retrograde Mercury, because they have something odd about their intelligence, and their thought process doesn't go in the in the direction where the societal norms goes. They have something different eyesight actually, and different mindset. You can also say that this kind of retrograde Mercury, they have an eye to see virtual realities also, or metaphysical things also. If this is happening in their eighth house, then they have different eyesight to understand the occult subject. The way they understand the occult subject, normal Mercury, even if that Mercury is exalted in the Virgo sign, they will not have that kind of intelligence or understanding of that subject the way the retrograde Mercury will have. So that is the difference, or that is the odd thing about Mercury retrograde. And those who have Mercury retrograde in their chart, so whenever in a year Mercury gets retrograde, they will be the people who will be relaxed. But who have normal direct Mercury, they will not be relaxed, because for them that is different phenomena, which they don't realize, or which they don't understand or experience on daily basis, right? Now, let's understand Mercury and Mars, who are conjuncted in the debilitation sign of Mars, how it's going to affect us, or how it's going to affect you. See, Mercury, which is a karaka of communication. Mercury, which is a karaka of small travels, your siblings, your media, your third house, natural third house, courage, any sort of courage. Third house is also Kama Trikon, and Mithun Rashi falls into the Kama Trikon. So this particular conjunction in the Cancer sign is going to impact emotionally, sensitively, because here the underlying theme is, whatever you are going to do, it will be out of emotional burst or emotional imbalance, definitely. So if you are reacting, if you are fighting with somebody, if you are argumenting with somebody, that is because you have some kind of emotional setback, or emotional hurt, or emotional insult. That's the reason you are doing that. Kind of revenge feeling also, sometimes you can say that, because Mars is rage also, Mars is anger also, right? And Mars is passion also. So in that outbursting, you have some kind of passion to just let it happen. I don't care whatever it is, whatever the consequences will be, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna talk like that only. If you want to stay with me, stay, otherwise leave. This kinds of words, right? uh, in Hindi we say that ek ghav do tukde, just breaking the ice, not for good sake, for the bad sake actually. So this is what Mercury and Mars combination is going to give you. Why? See, Mercury, which is a neutral planet. So in our classical astrological text, it's written that Mercury, whomsoever planet will sit with the Mercury, even if it is a good planet or a bad planet, if it is a good planet, it's going to give you a good effect. But if it's a bad planet like Saturn, Rahu, Mars, Sun, then definitely it's going to give you bad results, because they have the strong and cruel energy. And the other Shubha planets like Venus, Moon, they have a soft and rajas energy, because the cruel planets have more tamasic energy. Mars is tamasic planet. And what is mean by tamas? Tamas is something which is a kind of selfish feeling. You don't want to, you want to do things just for your sake. The rationalism is gone here. And it's all happening in the Cancer sign. Cancer sign is where you have your happiness lies actually. So you will cry out in the one or two, at least once you will cry out in this time period, just because you are hurt, or you are being hurt. So that is the theme it is going on here. Now Mercury is also karaka of your emails, right? And now this is a retrogression effect, so you might feel that you are resending the email with, because you have not sent the, you have not attached the attachment here, or you have not you will be sending your paperwork again or documentation again, because you have not signed one of the document, or some kind of any proof, identity proof or photo you have not attached, and you're doing it again. So you're resending it again. So see that the words like resending, revival, recalculating, revisiting, revaluation, revival, revival of relationship which has not got closure in their life, or some when you some other time you must have just left in that relationship and you have not given the closure to it. Some questions are unanswered there, so you might receive a phone call again, a communication via communication media. So Mercury is karaka for all these equipments, right? Whichever which are used for communication, be it email, your laptop, your phones, your mobiles, your iPad, telephones. So all these comes under Mercurian energy. And some or other problems will be there if they have bad Mercury. So they will have some kind of the laptop fan is gone, or the phone screen is gone, or the some kind of wiring problem is there. Maybe Ketu is also troubling them, because Ketu is wire here. So this can happen in these days, in this time period. The another theme about Mercury retrograde and combustion is, see, retrograde planet also means that they have some kind of pending karma in their life towards that houses which they are owning, or where that retrograde planet is sitting in their planet, in their chart. So where their aspect, they are giving aspect, that house is also comes under pending karma. So they have these houses where they have pending balance is pending out, and they have to complete that balance, they have to pay out the karma. It means giving. Generally retrogression also means giving in that particular area. You will not get back. So now the last thing, who are going to get affected by this Mercury retrograde? If you have Virgo and Gemini ascendant, or your moon sign is Virgo and Gemini, then you are definitely going to get activated some or other event in your life because of this retrograde Mercury and the combust Mercury. If you are running second one, if you are running Mercury dasha, any kind of dasha, antardasha, pratyantardasha, any kind of bhogya dasha you are running Mercury, then also you are going to get affected, or you'll be having some kind of event depending upon where the Mercury is sitting and which bhav it is ruling, right? Now, if you have third one, if you have Mercury as an Atmakaraka planet, highest degree in the chart, if that is a Mercury, then also it is going to give you effect, because that's Atma Karaka, that's a soul Karaka. Your soul is definitely going to get affected here. Some soul calling is there. Now, if you have retrograde Mercury in your chart, then also it is going to get affected. But it will be like, not bothering one, because you already have Mercury retrograde, right? So you're since birth, you're already not suffering, I'm saying, I'll say, but you know how Mercury retrograde works for you, right? You're understanding what I'm saying here. If you are born on Budhvar, that is Wednesday, then also it's going to give you some kind of effect, right? Panchami Tithi actually, or the Chaturdashi Tithi also. Now, if you have Mercury on your ascendant, the last one, Any ascendant Rashi, if you have Mercury on your ascendant, on your first house, then also it is going to give you effect, and also if it is going to influence you. So these are those people who will be having more impact rather than non Mercurian impact people. See, on general level, everybody is going to get affected because everybody has all the signs in their chart. Obviously they have Mercurian sign also, so somewhere that sign is there, right? Some or other house they are going to get affected, but it could not be, it will be indirect effect, not the direct effect. But these are the people who are going to get direct effect. Two things before going, I want to say that Mercury is also karaka of bronze, kasa. So you need to use more kasa utensils or bronze utensils to nullify the bad effects of Mercury. And you can chant Venkateshwara Stotra, and you can also chant Ganpati Stotra. Mantra chanting does affect a lot actually here. See, one more along with that, on health aspect, you'll be suffering. You might suffer from the throat pain, chest pain, lungs pain, or the intestinal diseases. You might get caught with that, or some kind of infection. You will see allergy. You will see Mercury is karak of skin, so you will get some skin allergies also. So it might happen that skin allergy is forming due to inflammation, because Mars is conjuncted with Mercury, and that is happening in the Cancer sign. So due to watery things, you are getting that infection. So some outside you are drinking some kind of juice which is not fresh, or some milkshake which is not good. Try to avoid two opposite food items, which is like citrus food and milk. Don't mix it together and eat it, because that will definitely create a that will definitely create some kind of um, skin allergy for you. So that was all about Mercury retrograde and Mercury combust. So I hope you like this information, and thank you for listening me patiently. If you like this video, like, share, and subscribe. And if you would like to know what is happening in your chart, you can always contact me. The link is given below in the description box. That is my website link and the mail ID. So you can contact me there and know what is happening in your chart. And I wish you all the best for this Mercury retrogression time period.